Okay, so welcome back. This is video number 5, and we are going to talk about platforms. Now, we talked a lot about the blueprint in the previous video, so I want to make this short, quick, and easy for you to just get through in the next 5 videos so that you can begin the implementation process. Now, platforms is a crucial thing to think about. If you think about a lot of the membership scripts nowadays, they actually have WordPress plugins or even non-WordPress plugins. So you really have to think about what is your main site going to be using. So I would say probably the majority of you are probably going to stick with WordPress just because the majority of themes out there is just basically made of WordPress. You have things like Optimized Press, you have things like InstaBuilder, you have other things like Thrive themes that are focused on WordPress, and it's just super easy to go to places like themeforest.net and get a WordPress platform, literally a theme, to get set up really fast. Now, some of you might decide, hey, I'm not going to be using WordPress, I'm going to be using plain HTML coding. Or you might be having an old system, an old site that you want to use. And realistically, some of you may not have WordPress. Some of you may not be starting from scratch, and you might already have a website that is built, that is getting sales, and you need to know how to integrate a membership script into it. So if that's the case, I'm going to make sure that I talk about 2 different scripts that we have tested over the last few years and found work for both platforms. All right, so right now what I want you to think is, which one are you going to use? If you're going to start from scratch, you might want to stick with WordPress. If you aren't and you are using HTML, you want to stick with non-WordPress. All right. Now, before I end this video, I want to show you where you can get themes that you can set up for your members area or even for your sales page. Now, if you go to a place that is themeforest.net, that's themeforest.net, and if you go over here, you will actually be able to find WordPress themes and HTML themes as well. So as you can see up at the top, you have the categories for WordPress right here, and you can just pick and choose depending on what area, what niche you are in. And then of course up at the top here, if you want to go the non-WordPress route, which is HTML, you can go under the HTML category here and find templates that would fit your niche. Now I will say WordPress is a lot easier to set up. All you have to do is install WordPress, get a theme, and it's literally newbie friendly. So for those of you who have the old HTML, most of you would probably be somewhat techy. So if that's the case, you should be able to find with no problem. All right. So with that said, let's move on to the next video, and we'll talk about pages that every single membership site must have.